Hi everybody watching this back. This is a live stream. I stream on Mondays and Wednesdays at 11 a.m. MDT. Of course, that's Mountain Daylight Time. It will probably change once the daylight savings kicks in again. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. So I'm not really prepared here. I'm going to wait for some people to join. I'm just going to go ahead and take that time to get ready. And I'm actually going to remember for once to switch my chat to live chat, so hopefully I don't miss anything. I suppose I want it that way, actually. Hi, Jody. Thanks for joining, hon. Things are a little bit chaotic on my end. Hi, Alicia. It wouldn't be so bad, except it's the 1st, so I had a whole bunch of stuff to do in both Hannah groups, and some things to do for my YouTube and stuff, getting ready for Halloween color alongs and all that jazz. Hi, Nick. Thanks for joining. So I thought I'd be running a little bit behind, but I got the majority of what I needed to get done finished. Everything else I could do after. And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to finish her today. I actually did start another one. I started this one yesterday. And this is from the same book as well, Mermaids, Fairies, and Other Girls of Whimsy by Hannah Lynn. I've gotten a little bit done on her. I'm super excited to finish it. It's Red Riding Hood, but I didn't want to do traditional colors. I kind of wanted to do my own thing. Hi, Kim. Hi, Robin. Thanks for joining. Sorry for all the chaotic noises. A little unprepared here. Crazy morning with it being the 1st and all. Okay, so is this better without the light or with the light? What do you guys think? Oh, that's awesome, Robin. Thankfully, I've got all my videos pre-recorded. Now it's just a matter of uploading them and getting all the information on them and stuff. October is always a crazy month for me with YouTube and everything. And then I also am doing Inktober. So I managed to get this little dude sketched out this morning. I'm following Jake Parker's prompts, and the first prompt was poisonous. So I got this neat little snake here, and I'm super excited to finish him later. You don't see much difference? Okay, well, I'm going to go without then, just because I think it makes the color a little bit more true. Okay, and last time I said I was going to go in and finish putting marker bases in, but I never did that, so I'm going to do that quickly now. So, and I was thinking with these roses, we couldn't decide whether to do pink or yellow, so I'm actually going to do both. I'm going to do yellow roses with pink tips. So hopefully that'll tie all of our other colors in together and look really nice. Dropping stuff everywhere. Okay. So for these roses, I'm actually going to go in with a light color. I'm going to go in with number 25 Salmon Pink from the Touch 5 markers, if I can find it here. And since I'm just doing, oops, sorry guys. Since I'm just doing marker basis right now, I'll zoom out a bit. Oh, not a problem, Robin. Thanks for being here anyways. Totally understand having to get stuff done. I had to make albums for the new VIP pages this morning. And then I also had to set up the new monthly challenge in the Hannah group. And then upload some videos, edit some thumbnails. All of which doesn't sound like much, but takes a bit. So there's all our roses colored in, and I'm going to try and keep track of these colors that I'm using here. So 25 is for the roses. Ooh. Hi Charlotte, thanks for joining. Alicia, what are you coloring? Okay, this pillow here I want to be gray, so I'm going to go in with BG3, which is blue gray 3. So I'm going to color that in, and I think I'm going to color in the tassels as well. Well, that sounds fun. Okay, this pillow, again, I want to be kind of matching the same colors as the roses, so I'm going to go in with that same color, which was number 25, Barley Beige. I'm just going to go over all of it. So how is everybody on this Monday morning? I might have to turn up the heat in my house. It is only just October and it actually snowed yesterday. Thankfully it didn't stick and it was just little tiny flakes, but still I am not excited for this weather. This pillow here I want to be like a really pale blue. So I'm going to go in with number 77, pale blue, and I'm going to block that in. It's going to be like a bluish gray color, I think. Hi Kenny, thanks for joining. Hi Kimberly. Anybody else I missed or anybody that's here just watching? Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Kim. I just got over a cold and now my poor mom has it. While we're here, what color do you guys think for baby's hair? The bird in the background is going to be yellow, so I'm going to go in with 49 pastel green, which is not green, really. Apologies if you can hear my little man being crazy in the background. And then this chipmunk here is going to be a lighter color, so I'm going to go in with 104 brown gray. At least I think he's a chipmunk. I don't think he's a squirrel. We don't really have any around here. Blonde would look good. Hi Sabrina, thanks for being here, hun. I was going to ask you something this morning and message you, but I completely forgot, and now I don't know what it was. Okay, these trees, I'm going to do the same color as the chipmunk, which is 104 brown gray. I'm going to try and skip these vines, but they're super thin, so we'll probably have to go back over them with something. I'm not sure what, maybe paint or something. It's kind of hard to tell what is tree and what is plant. I was going to message you this morning. I wasn't sure if you'd be awake or not. That's great news, Charlotte. I'm glad to hear that. I'm not sure what it's for, but... Nick, I live in Alberta, Canada. So it's usually always cold here. We have like 6 months of winter and then maybe 3 months of summer. And then the rest is split between like spring and fall. I'm kidding, it's not that bad, but our winters usually do run quite long and really cold. Thanks, Kim. Okay, so let's put in some color for the sky, and I'm actually gonna grab the same color that I used for that blue pillow. So that was number 77, pale blue, I think. Yeah. And I'm not gonna bother worrying about all these little, I don't remember what I called them, like vines, I guess, because it's gonna take way too long. So I'm just going to go ahead and color over top of them, and I'm going to come back in with probably some paint to bring them back. Oh, that's neat, Nick. What province are you in? I'm going to guess Ontario, because that's where a lot of Canadians are from. I know there's someone who I see in the chats quite often. I can't remember their name, but they're from Calgary, which is actually 3 hours away from me, which is pretty neat. I don't go there very often, but I have been a few times. Sorry guys, kind of speeding through these marker laydowns. I really want to try to get her finished today, but we'll see. I just realized that this tree has some kind of circles or something in it, so this must be like an apple tree. Thank you, Kenny. Yeah, I figured so, Nick. That's where a lot of people are from. Okay, and lastly for this tree and this butterfly here, I think we decided on fall colors. So I'm going to go in with number 35 lemon yellow for both. And we'll color them with some yellows, oranges, and little bits of reds, I think. Hi Tammy, thanks for joining, hun. Anybody else I missed? I'm kind of motoring through these marker bases. Oh, I totally forgot. This marker is super dry apparently. Let's see if it's better on the chisel tip side. Not much better, but get a little bit more coverage anyways. Can't look at chat for a couple minutes here. Otherwise, my markers will leave streaks. Hi, Lilo. Let me guess, you're gonna jump up here, right? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna have to leave a note for myself that this marker is pretty much done. Okay, let me just catch up in chat here. Oh, thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Kenny. Thanks, Tammy. One more little ball here. I can't remember what we used, but I think that's actually a rock. Let me just check my colors here. Oh, that's not the right one. This one. Okay, so we did use the blue-gray. So the same color that I used for this pillow here. Okay, so now we can get started with the actual coloring. And, oh, I guess I forgot Baby, but we'll do her very last, I think. So I think I'm actually going to start with these roses first. Of course I wouldn't mind, Kenny. That's what it's there for. Okay, so I want it to be kind of more of like a pale yellow flower. So I'm actually going to go, oh, there's a bug in my art room. Some of my plants. I'm actually going to go with, I think, 52 and 54 for the yellow. Again, I'm using the Marco Rafines for this. They are just all over the place, so bear with me. I forgot to go through these after last time. Okay, so both going to be lighter colors. There is 54. I just need 52. Which I think is here. Yep. Okay, and for the pink, I'm going to use, I think, 515, which luckily enough is right here. And sorry if I bumped the camera. Just gonna grab my pencil sharpeners, which are under the shelf that my camera stand sits on. And I think I'm actually going to use these yellows on the bird as well. So I'm going to grab the 552 and I'm just going to start, maybe I'll zoom in a little bit here. Just going to start kind of randomly placing this in. I want it to be more near the centers of the roses and then have the pink on the outer bits of them. They're fairly small though, so even if I just randomly pop that color in there, it'll still make them look super interesting. It does not have to be perfect. So I've been saving up a little bit of money to spoil my boyfriend. You all know that my birthday is on the 12th. His birthday is 10 days later on the 22nd. So I wanted to get him something, not necessarily that he needed, but that he would really love. So he has a dog named Boomer. He's a pit bull, and he is, I think, 12 years old now. So he's getting pretty up there. He's getting really old, and he could pass any time now within the next few years. So I found this website called Petlandia, and they're more known for their storybooks, but I noticed they also do coffee mugs. So I just ordered this for him. I'm super excited. Hopefully it will be here before his birthday. I absolutely cannot wait for him to see it. Isn't it, Tammy? I seen that and I was just like, yeah, that's the one. I also, in the future, it's a little bit more expensive, but I want to get Boomer's actual picture put on a blanket for him, because I know when Boomer passes, he's going to be devastated, and, you know, it'll just give him a blanket with his puppy on that he can cuddle when he's feeling sad. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Yeah, it's pretty neat that we're both born in the same month, so we're both Libras, and we're both stubborn as hell, and sometimes it does work against us, but I don't think I could find anybody else that would put up with my crap, and vice versa. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tammy. Hopefully they figure out what's going on. Usually I ask my mom for Amazon cards so I can kind of do a haul around my birthday, but I'm gonna get some dental work done for my birthday instead this year, so I get to go do that 2 days before my birthday on the 10th. And I've been to the dentist a few times, but never actually to have any work done since I was like little, because we could never really afford it. I'm switching to the 554 now, and I have to say I'm super nervous. I have no idea what to expect, and I absolutely hate like needles in my mouth. I don't care if like they're taking blood from my arm or like giving me shots or anything like that, but I do not like needles anywhere near my mouth, so I think that's the most part I'm nervous for. But thankfully my mom is going to be there, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Just kind of popping this color in here, and I totally forgot to tell you guys the Prismacolor equivalent, so I'll do that in just a minute here. I'm also going to switch back to the 52 because I forgot about the flower in Little Miss's hair. I'm switching back to my medium color now. Oh, yeah, that makes me cringe, Tammy. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to grab 515, and I'm just going to put this just kind of on the tips of the petals, and then fade it in a little bit if I can. And that's going to make this just like beautiful kind of orangey color. Oh, I don't know if you guys can even see that, sorry. Doesn't show up very well on camera, actually. I should bump my quality up. Maybe that'll help. I always forget to do that when I'm watching streams. I'm not sure it did help though. I'll try to bring this a little bit closer so you guys can see better. It looks a lot more vibrant in person, but it's definitely working. The way I imagined it anyways. Okay, bye Robin, see you in a little bit. I'm just catching up on chat here. I don't know why they would do that. Wouldn't they like put it in your gums, not the roof of your mouth? Either way is bad, but the roof of your mouth sounds a lot worse. Well, that's awesome, Lindsay, and welcome. I don't think I said hi to you. Welcome to anybody else I missed. Yeah, I'm getting a hygiene done too. Definitely, probably need it. Hygiene and a couple cavities that have been bugging me lately. The hubby's been thinking about changing jobs here, so I want to get as much dental work as I can while we still have decent benefits. Jody, I don't really have any creative goals, aside from completing Inktober. Other than that, I'm doing 2 color alongs this month on the channel. One is just one of the mini pages from Jasmine Beckett Griffith's Halloween book. And the other one is, of course, from Hannah's Halloween book. Other than that, I have a couple speed colors coming out towards the end of the month. Everything I've already recorded and stuff. So doing Inktober, doing that. We have a new challenge in the Hannah group for the month of October, which is to turn a Hannah girl into a zombie. So if I get the chance to, I might try and participate in that as well. But I think that's about it for October. Yeah, if they could do it with just gas, I would probably be a lot happier. Even if it was slightly more painful, I'm sure I could deal with it because when I had carbon, all I had was morphine. So, morphine and laughing gas with him, and although it was pretty unbearable, I managed. So, if I can get away without having needles, I definitely will, even if I have to suffer a little bit more. Which probably makes no sense because the suffering would probably be more than a needle would be, but still. Okay, so there is our flowers done. I'm just going to go ahead and write down those colors that I used. So we have 552, 554, and 515. Also using these colors for the bird. And those colors in Prismacolor would be, let's see where oh, there it is. See, for those flowers in Prismacolors, I would use yellow ochre, sand, and probably the carmine red, I think, but I would use it very lightly and then go over top of it with one of the yellow, lighter yellow colors. Oh, that's not good, Lindsay. I absolutely loved having morphine when I had carbon. I honestly don't think I would have been able to do it without it. So I'm going to grab 552, which again in Prismacolors would be, what did I say, yellow ochre? Yeah, yellow ochre. And then I would probably use cream or sand for our lighter color for the bird. So I'm just going to take my darker color and I'm going to put in some shadows and make sure you guys can see. I don't know why I'm so distracted today, guys. I apologize. I'm just not really with it, apparently. at least you can watch, Charlotte. I'm glad you're here anyways, even though you probably can't hear me. Here, I will type it out for you. There we go. So with the lighter color, I'm just going to go in and just finish everything else off. And there's our bird finished. Next, I'm going to pull out the same colors that I used for the rocks. Or actually, I'm just going to wing it. I'm going to grab this color, which is 565, and then 564 just to finish it. And I'm going to call that done. And you guys can't even see. I'm sorry. Okay. What to do next? Oops, actually, using the same colors I used for the bird, I am going to bring in one other color though, and it's going to be 553 if I can find it. So the equivalent to this color in Prismacolors would probably be, I'd say either bronze or green ochre. And I'm just going to start by placing this just at the bottom of this bush here. Yes, I do want to do that baby Kim. I want to get all of it done. I don't know, I just feel a little bit stressed out today. I don't know why. Like I'm not stressed out, but I feel stressed out, if that makes sense. Maybe it's a Monday thing. Usually Mondays don't affect me. Just like a ball of nerves today. It's probably my anxiety as well. I'm gonna blame it on the dentist. Yeah, that's it. I'm just going darker at the bottoms here, and then I'm just kind of fading it up a little bit. I'm not sure how far I'm gonna fade it up. I'm just gonna wing it a little bit. Yeah, it probably is my anxiety. Definitely not new to that, but sometimes it just feels different. Maybe just the amount of anxiety. I haven't felt like this for a long time. I just kind of woke up feeling like this today. Usually this is how I feel when I drink coffee. So I'm going to switch to 552, which would be like yellow ochre in the Prismacolors. I'm going to blend that into the darker color, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit. Kind of fade it out as we get to the top, but I am going to put just little bits in behind some of these lines here to create some shadows. No, I don't drink coffee usually. I'll drink like ice caps occasionally, but they don't affect me as bad as just normal coffee. But I still try not to drink them that often because coffee's actually really not that good for you anyways. I think what I need is some water, so I'm gonna be right back. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back, and I just realized I was on Top Chat again, so I really apologize if I've missed anything throughout the last half hour. Okay, and lastly for this bush, I'm going to grab the 554, which again would be close to either the sand or the cream. I'd probably actually go with the cream. And I'm just going to bring this the very tops here, just kind of blend it into that other color. Yeah, that is probably true, Lindsay. I don't drink pop at all, aside from, well, Rain drinks root beer, the caffeine-free stuff. So I usually steal sips of his root beer occasionally, but that's about as far as I go with drinking pop. I will also occasionally sometimes mix Sprite with orange juice or other juice, because I'm not much of a juice drinker, so if I make it more of like a sparkling juice, then I kind of enjoy it a little bit more. But other than that, I'm really not a pop drinker. Okay, let's tackle these pillows, I think. And I think I'm just going to stop keeping track of colors. I will watch this back later and just keep all my colors in my trusty Kleenex box so I know which ones that I've used. So for this pillow here, let's see, I'm gonna grab 569. I don't know what squirt is, but that sounds interesting. Honestly, I don't really drink much other than water. Throughout the day, I will pretty much drink water the whole day. I'll have like maybe a glass or two of some other type of liquid, but which is crazy because when I met Rain, I never drank water. My family was not like water drinkers. You know, I drink it occasionally, but not compared to what you're supposed to drink. So Rain has always been an avid water drinker because his grandma always said that water will fix pretty much any kind of problem or feeling that you have to a degree. So he kind of rubbed off on me quite a bit, and now I drink more water than he does. I cannot find this pencil. 69. Where is that? That one's 70. It's close. 65. Oh, there it is. Okay. And oh, hi Angela. Thanks for joining, hun. Oh, I love cranberry juice too. That's another really good one. I usually take cranberry pills every day because it's a really good antioxidant. So I want that color. I want 568 and 566. That's 65. I want that one too, and then 556. 566? Yeah, okay. So those are the colors I'm going to use, and they're going to be the equivalent to the warm grays in the Prismacolors. Hi Dorothy, thanks for joining. So pretty much this is in order from darkest to lightest. The 569, in place of that, I would use warm gray 90. 568, I'd use warm gray 70, 566, warm gray 50, and then 565 Be Warm grade 30. Oops. Oh, yeah, you would definitely have to then. So I'm going to take my darkest color, which is the 569, and I'm just going to start by putting in some shadow on these little tasseled areas. So I want it to be fairly dark in here, and then I want to fade it out. I also want it to be darker here as well. And just a little bit here. I don't want it to be quite as dark as it is there because I don't really want them to blend together, but I want it to be a little bit dark to kind of create kind of a rounded look. Oh, you are a bundle of fun though, Tammy. We all have our things, unfortunately, but they do make us who we are, so. I'm also just going to run this color in on this little line here, and I think I'm just going to very lightly place a little bit in the shadowed areas. I don't want too much of this because I don't want the pillow to be too dark. Plus we have 4 other colors to use. So I'm going to kind of mix my darkest color in with this, just to help make it like really shadowed. And then my next color, I feel like these might have gotten mixed up actually. No, maybe not. Okay, next color is 568. So for here, I'm just going to blend this into our darkest color. I'm not going to bother touching up here. I'm just going to leave that because I don't want it to be too dark. I want it to have a little bit of a highlight. Oh, thanks, Tammy. I feel like, don't take this the wrong way, anybody, because I don't mean it in a bad way, but I feel like a lot of people overthink it. And I say that because I used to overthink it. And once I stopped overthinking how to fade off the pencil, I actually started getting a lot better at it. Because it really is just as easy as it sounds. You just lighten up your pressure. Now when it does get tricky is if you are really heavy-handed. But I used to be really heavy-handed. I've worked a lot on that. I used to color with my hands way back here on the barrel. That way I would have less control. I had to be a lot more careful. And I couldn't quite put that pressure, that heavy pressure that I was used to down on the pencil. And that actually helped me quite a bit too. After doing that, I just kind of started coloring in my normal posture again, and I just kind of practiced on pieces of paper, fading from like a solid color down to trying to fade it into the white of the paper. And after doing that for a while, that actually helped too. Another thing you can do to help you blend and fade out is try mixing colors that don't normally go together. Like, for example, for this tree, I want to use red, orange, and yellow. And if I was practicing blending, what I would do is I would skip the orange, which is pretty much like a transition color. It would be a lot easier to blend the red and the yellow with the orange. It's going to be harder to blend the red and the yellow without it, so I would not use it, and I would try to blend the red and the yellow, create my own color of orange, and that also helps quite a bit too. I think we all tend to overthink when we color. I still do sometimes. I pretty much, for the most part, unless I'm working on a picture that I really, really love and like put a lot of pressure on myself, I'm fairly good at just kind of coloring and not worrying about it. Like for this picture, I'm not really overthinking anything. I'm just kind of going with it. So my next color is going to be 566. I don't want to use too much of this color. I'm basically just going to use it to burnish pretty much all the darker colors. And I want to just fade it up a little bit and leave a little bit of a highlight on either side of this line here. And then we're going to switch to our lightest color, which is the 565, and I'm going to use this to go over and blend everything. Hi Star, thanks for joining. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Tammy, and I'm sure it's absolutely beautiful. ACL, what's that? Oh, A Colorful Life. Gotcha, gotcha. A little bit slow this morning, my brain is. Okay, and I kind of picked gray for this pillow because it kind of matches in with her dress quite a bit. So I actually really like how that looks. And next we're going to move on to this pillow, which, like I said, is going to be more with those yellows again. So I'm going to pull those back out. Let's see, I used 553 for the bush. I think that would actually work really well for the shadows here as well. So the same colors that we used for that yellow bush, I'm going to use for this pillow. So again, in Prismas, it would be either bronze or green ochre for the darkest color. It would be light ochre for the medium color, and then either cream or sand for the lightest color. So I'm going to grab my darker pencil, which is 553, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing that I did on the other pillow. I want to create a little bit of a shadow and fade it out on the tassel, and then also on the top and bottom of this knot, which will kind of give it a rounded effect. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other one as well. Also going to bring this color in a little bit on the bottom of the pillow as well to just give it a little bit of a shadow. And then fade it out quite quick. I'm going to do the same thing on this side here. And maybe pop a little bit of this color just in around this bush here. I think that's good for our shadow. So now I'm going to grab 552 and I'm going to blend that into our darker color and then fade it out a little bit as well. And actually looking at this, I think I'm going to switch up our lightest color to 502, which in Prismacolors would be the equivalent to cream. It's just because I want to make it a little bit lighter. That way it's very similar to the bush and the roses, but not quite the same. So I'm going to take my 502 and I'm just going to use this on everything uncolored and to blend into the other colors. Hi Kim, welcome back, hon. Hi May, thanks for joining. And Tammy, I will definitely go in and look for that after my stream. I would absolutely love to see it. I bet it looks awesome. I'm just gonna bump the camera for a minute here, guys. I wonder, can I pull this out? No, I can't. Okay, bear with me. I'm trying to find a pink marker here. I just got a pink fine liner, and what I'm gonna do with this is color in these little designs. So I'm going to color this solid border part here. And the flowers. And then I think all these little frill bits as well. Thanks, Kim. Yes, thumbs up definitely help because it will help more people find my videos. And I would definitely really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Okay, and I think what I'm also gonna do, just to kind of tie in the tassels with the rest, is just using a flicking motion. I'm gonna come in on the tips of these little ropes. Just gonna put some pink in there. I know the feeling, Tammy. I'm very selective with what groups I join, especially with admitting my Hannah group and then helping Hannah with her lounge group. It's definitely a lot to handle. I already get so many notifications, so it actually kind of bothers me when I get notifications from other groups too. Thanks, Tammy. So I'm just going to shake the camera a little bit while I put my fine liner back. Okay, and the last pillow is this one here. And I don't know what colors I'm going to use for it. I've wanted it to be kind of like a grayish blue. So I think what I might do is I'm going to take out 569, which was the color that we used for this gray pillow, and I think that would be the equivalent to, what did we say, 70% warm gray in the Prismas. I'm also going to grab 534 maybe. find it. 5:30. Actually, let's go with 5:37 because I found that one. And lastly, I want 5:32. So these colors in the Prismacolors, the darkest would be the 70% warm gray. Is it either 90 or 70? Let me look here. I'd say 70% warm gray. This one would be the equivalent to maybe the true blue. Oh wait, 537 would be lighter. So maybe non-photo blue. And then this one would be the equivalent to, I'd say blue slate. But if you're using Prismas, I would also add white in there because the blue slate is quite blue. And I think it would be better to have it a little bit of a faded blue look. So I'm going to take my darkest color, and as always, I'm going to place in my shadows first. Just going to come in on the left side of this tassel, and then this little bit here. I don't want it to be too dark because I'm actually just going to use this to mix the other blue in with, just so it's more of a grade color. So I'm just going to lightly fade this up and pretty much cover in everything. Oh, hi Selena. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here anyways. Catching up with chat here. Oh, welcome back, Nick. So switching to my medium color, I'm going to use a bit of a firmer pressure. I'm going to press that into that gray, and you can see that kind of creates this really pretty grayish blue color. So when I get to about halfway up the pillow, I'm going to lighten my pressure, kind of like a medium, and then just ever so slowly just lighten it as I get to the top. I want to color in the bottom right sides of these buttons, just to create a bit of a shadow there. And maybe let's just color in on the left side of this line. A little bit darker, and then just lightly on either side of this bit here. Of course, Kenny, you're welcome anytime. Take care. And then I'm also going to blend this color into the gray that we put here. Fade it out, and then we're going to switch to our lightest color and just go over everything with this. And there's that pillow done. I think that's actually probably my favorite pillow. I really like that color. Okay, bye Angela. Try and have a good time at work, hon. Well, we might be here when you're done, Kenny. Still got quite a bit to do, and I'll be on for at least another hour, depending on how long it takes me to finish this. So next, let's color in our little chipmunk fellow, I think. And at the same time, we'll do the trees. So we'll do them the same color. So I'm going to grab, let's see here, 563. And let's go 555. I'm just trying to decide if I want to make them more reddish or yellowish or more brown. I think I'm going to go reddish because then it's going to tie in with her hair. So I'm going to grab 558 and 557. There's 557. 559. Not quite the one I'm looking for. Okay, 558. So 63 is the darkest, 58 is medium, and this is light. And in Prismas, these would be, see, in place of the 63, I would use dark brown, maybe? Yeah, I'd say dark brown. In place of the medium color, it would be 68. I'd probably actually use henna. And then in place of 557, which is the lightest color, there's not really one that matches to this because it's a little bit more red. So I don't really know. Okay, let's switch. Dark would be dark brown, the medium would be chestnut, and the lightest color would be henna. I think that would get you a close equivalent. Bye, Star. Thanks for being here. You take care. If you're leaving. Oh, never mind. Kenny was saying bye to you. Ignore me. Bye, Dorothy. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a great day. Yeah, sweetie.
I made a favor.
Okay. I love you. Hey, can you close the door over a little bit, please, hon? Not all the way. There's good. Thank you. I love you.
Bye.
Okay, so with my darkest color, as always, I'm going to put in my shadows. So basically, I'm just going to put a little bit of this brown on the bottom sides of the chipmunk and just kind of along some of these lines. Maybe on his back ear there and a little bit underneath his front ear. Then I'm going to switch to my middle color. I'm going to blend that into my darkest color a little bit and fade it out. And then lastly, I'm going to take my lightest color and just finish putting that in there. And I do believe that chipmunks have some white on them too, don't they? I didn't put any of the middle color on his tail, I don't think, just because his tail is so small. I honestly cannot wait until I can finish all of these super detailed ones and have them out of the way. This is crazy. But there's our chipmunk. So now let's go to our trees. bit more. Bye, Lindsay. Enjoy your walk. Okay, so back to the darkest color. I'm going to put some shadow in here. Again, I'm not going to worry about these vines at all. I'm going to go back in with acrylic paint over top of them. So I'm pretty much just going to put a shadow to the left of these trees. I'm going to pretend that the light is coming in from the middle. So on these trees, the shadow is going to be on the left, and on the trees to the right, the shadow will be on the right. Shadow up the underside of the boughs of the tree as well. Hi, Robin. That was fast. Switching to my medium color, I'm going to blend that into my shadows and then fade it out towards the highlights. So if you guys are coloring today, as always, what are you coloring in? I just have this page on the go and then my Red Riding Hood page. Not sure what I'm going to do next. I finally finished my buddy color that I was doing with Sabrina. But I'm not going to show it until hers is done, and then I'll post it over on Instagram. Okay, we can do that next, Tammy, for sure. After we get our trunks done. So I'm going to go in with my lightest color now. Ooh, that's actually not very light. That's okay. We wanted red trees. We are getting red trees. So I'm just going to blend this pretty much over top of everything. I think that's another thing that I don't like about the Mark Over Fiends, is that a lot of the colors are just too similar to each other. May, I think it was you that shared, I was going to say Misfits, but maybe it was actually a Jasmine Beckett Griffith picture. Was it you that shared the little ghost girl in the, I think she's like in a cornfield or something? I seen it on Instagram this morning when I was checking something. I didn't have enough time to comment or anything, but I'm fairly certain that was you. Okay, done with that tree. We'll move to the next one. And go back through our colors again. I'm back to my darkest color, which is going to be on the right side of the trees now. The right side, and any that kind of slant like this a little bit, there'd be a little bit of a shadow there. I absolutely love that Paige made. What did you use to color that? I love how you basically actually made her look like a ghost. It's just absolutely beautiful. I don't know how you did that, but I can tell you that when I color my page, I will definitely be inspired by yours, that's for sure. I'm not saying I'm going to copy yours, but I'd love to try that technique. Okay, bye Charlotte. Thanks for being here. Have a great day, hon. going to switch to my middle color now. Again, I'm going to blend this color into my shadows. I'm going to bring it out a little bit and then fade it out as I get closer to the highlights. Oh, even better, I will definitely be checking that out. Now I'm a little bit sad that YouTube didn't notify me. I didn't know that you streamed last night. It's the same with... There's a couple other streamers that I haven't been getting notifications for lately too. Belinda was one of them. I caught the end of one of her streams, thankfully. Only just because I went on YouTube to listen to music and then her stream was in my recommended. I didn't get a notification for her. Every Tuesday and Sunday. Okay, I'll have to add you to my schedule. I wrote down those who were on April's time chart for streaming. I don't think you were on there. Or maybe you were. I'm not sure. I don't think you were though. Yeah, because I don't think I have you written down for Tuesdays. I just have Melissa, Sammy, and Sharon. Are you on it? Huh. Well, apparently I'm going to have to go back and check again then. Now I'm going to go in with my lightest colors and just blend into everything. Oh, that's smart. I could definitely draw in the background. I'm excited to watch that video and even more excited to actually try it for myself. I just can't get over how realistically ghosty she looked. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and screenshot that and I will add you to my chart. Thanks, May. No, I'm in Canada. Unfortunately. I wish I was in the UK. Maybe not, because I heard it rains a lot there. Okay, so Miss Tammy wants to do the tree next. So let's go ahead and do that. Colors to use for this tree. I definitely want a bright orange, so I'm going to grab 107. Or, yeah, 507. Blah, not 107. And it's not like a super bright orange. The 506 is actually super bright, but it's kind of like a muted autumny colored orange, if I can find it here. I think it's this one, yep. And I wanted to put a little bit of red in. And I don't think we're going to go for, well, I don't know. My instinct is telling me to go for a bright red, but my gut is telling me to play it safe and go for like an orangish red, so I'm going to follow my instincts, and I'm going to grab 511. And then I also want some yellow in there. I want the yellow to be super bright, so I'm going to grab 505. 503, 504, dropping pencils everywhere. 505. Ah! Okay. Is that going to be enough for color? That's okay. You put your time, I think. right? You said Oslo time. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm sure Google will help me out. I can just convert it into my time. It's no problem at all. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna want more colors than this. So I think we're actually gonna take our time because I want this tree to look really awesome. And we're gonna go in and actually layer, which I haven't really been doing much of for this pretty much whole picture. So I'm going to start with 505 and actually, let's see, our red, our orange, and our yellow. So here the red in Prismacolor would be, I'd say crimson red. Our orange would be, I'd go either pumpkin orange or mineral orange. And then our lightest color, the yellow, would be canary yellow. Or even sunburst yellow would look really good too. Okay, yeah, that'll help me. I'll be able to figure it out then. I don't know why I don't have you on there. I think I made my chart before the colorathon. Were your times put in after that, hun? Okay, so I'm gonna start with my lightest color. Actually, let's start with the medium color, which is the orange. And I'm just gonna kind of patch this in here. I think how I want to do this is I want it to be a little bit darker, of course, in the shadows and then around the branches. So I'm just gonna really lightly put in this orange just all around the branches for now. Would you guys say that these little circles are apples, or would you say they're just leaves? I'm not really sure. We could make it an apple tree. It would kind of tie in with her hair. Okay, so there's pretty much all around the branches done. I want it to be a little bit darker behind here. And on the left side of this line, same with this line here, anywhere where it looks like it's going to be behind something, I'm going to have it a little bit darker. Okay, well, let's go ahead and make it apples then. So I'm going to grab my red now, and using a little bit of a firmer pressure, I'm going to go in pretty much completely around the branches. Firmer pressure near the branches, and then I'm going to fade it out. I'm not going to worry about those apples just yet. I'll probably come in with a marker and just make them red with little highlights, nothing special. Hi Charlotte, thanks for being here. Thank you for joining. Thanks Tammy, it definitely does. I'm not really a big fan of using reds, oranges, and yellows because I'm not really comfortable with those colors. They're very bold. I usually stick to my cooler colors, so like blues and purples, pinks. It's nice to get out of your comfort zone sometimes. Yeah, baby. You're cute. Well, lunchtime soon, baby boy. He's playing Minecraft and he's saying that the game makes him hungry. He's probably making food and stuff on the game. So that gives our tree a little bit of definition. Maybe let's throw in just a little bit of red in around here. Nothing too crazy or dark. And just fade it out a little bit. Just enough to blush in a little bit of color. And then I also want to put in just a little bit of red here. Same thing, nothing dark. Hi Elizabeth, thanks for joining, hun. And then I'm going to switch back to my orange. I'm going to use this to burnish over top of the red. I'm going to try and fade it out pretty much everywhere because we're going to mix our yellow in. It's going to be our highlight for the most part. So pretty much all around here I want to be yellow. Same with the bottom of this. Oh, I hope my dentist is gonna be sexy. Oh no, Charlotte. It's always when you're around a hot guy that you forget to do something like that. That is true, May. I'm going to leave a little bit of a highlight area here. Just because I want to have some highlights kind of inside the tree as well. So there's going to be highlight all along here. Maybe a little bit here as well. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with my yellow. And it just pretty much go over everything. Just going to help make sure that everything's blended. It's going to tie everything together. It's going to make sure that everything is colored in as well. So that was actually my first time doing an autumn colored tree, I think. And I actually really like how that turned out. So technically got about a half hour left. I might go a little bit over depending on how much we have left. I don't think there will be enough for another full stream. So here's our tree. We're going to move to our butterfly, which is going to use the same colors. So I'm just going to go in with my red. For the most part, I'm just going to do a gradient for the butterflies. I'm going to go in with my red. Going to pop that in. Fade it out. Let's switch to the orange. And do the same thing. And then lastly, the yellow. This little back wing here, I'm just going to pop in a little bit of yellow and then just kind of go over the part that comes directly behind the front wing and kind of create a little bit of a shadow there. And then I think I'm going to take my orange and just put in his little body there, although you can't really see it. Well, that's exciting, Nick. What did you get? Ooh, apparently Kim got Happy Mail too. That's super exciting. Charlotte, I can definitely zoom out. This is what we've got so far. So all we have left are the vines, the sky, little baby, and the water, I think. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be everything. So hopefully I will be able to get that done within the last half hour. I have missed quite a bit in chat, so I'm just going to take a couple minutes to quickly scroll through. Tammy, yes, Walking Dead is back this Sunday. What day is it? Oh, right, it's Monday. Yeah, it usually always comes back the Sunday of the week of my birthday. And my brother always reminds me. He says that he gets excited for my birthday just because of Walking Dead. Thanks, Tammy. I really like how that turned out too. And I think we're actually going to do these flowers in that same orange color as well, just to kind of tie it in a little bit more as well. Thanks, Jody, Charlotte, and May. Thanks, Tammy. Okay, so we're going to zoom back in. And I'm not going to bother putting the base down on these flowers. I'm just going to take my red. I'm going to color in the centers, fade it out a little bit. And then I'm going to take my orange and just completely color them in. Also just going to take a dark brown, about the equivalent of the dark umber, if I can find it here, and just just going to color in the iris of this little squirrel. And then I'm going to take my black and color in his pupil. Oh, that's exciting, Kim. Thank you, Robin. Okay, so next I think let's tackle the water. And let me just check my inspiration picture, which I still haven't found out who colored it. Unfortunately, I keep forgetting. I just want to see what colors she used for the water. So I think I want to go with a little bit of like darker blues. So I'm actually going to grab 529. Which always takes me forever to find. So bear with me. I don't think I've used it yet, so it's gotta be in here. Ah, there it is. Okay, and I also want 33 and 35. So there's 35. And there's 33. Okay, so again, we've just got our dark, medium, and light. And the dark would be the equivalent to indigo blue. Medium would be the equivalent to true blue, or actually I'd say maybe Copenhagen blue. And then the lightest color would be 35. I'd say maybe non-photo blue. So I'm going to do this just super quick, super messy. I'm basically just going to put in my darkest blue along these lines in the water. I'm going to be going over with a white pen anyways for the most part, so a lot of this isn't even going to show through. I'm going to shade the bottoms of these little bubble pits, even though they'll probably mostly be white. And then I'm going to switch to the next blue and do pretty much just the exact same thing. Just going to start putting in random lines though. And again, I'm going super fast just so I can't be neat, because if I go slow, I'll try and be neat and then I'm not going to get the effect that I want. Also going to put a little bit of this in these little bubble pools. And then lastly, with our lightest color, pretty much just going to lightly go over everything and fill it all in. Okay, take care, Charlotte. Thanks for being here. Enjoy your dinner. You haven't seen flip-throughs of that yet, Tammy? I probably won't get it. If I could get the version, I think May has the version I want. I think it's the Norwegian version. And I think it has both the Fanto and Geo together. I'd rather get that one. Okay, next, all we have is the little girl, the sky, and then just details, vines, and stuff. So let's do the sky. And I'm just going to keep it really simple, just kind of a blue sky. Yeah, that's the version that I want. I think I would rather pay for the whole book than pay the same price of his usual books for two different ones. Okay, so I think what I want to do is we'll do a little bit of a gradient with the sky. So I'm going to grab 538, 536, and 533. Which 33 should be in here. No, that's 35. 7. Maybe not. I thought we used 33. Okay. So there's 38. Hi, Desiree. Well, I'm glad you're here. Hope you're enjoying coloring. That's usually what I do too when I'm watching streams. I'm usually always coloring or doing housework. That one is 33. I'm not seeing it here. I did it with a different color. So I'm 35. Where's that one? That's 34. No, I don't want that one. 36. Nope. It's gotta be in here. Okay, there's 35. And then the last one I wanted was darker one. Was 33 actually. We could use 31 if I can find that one. It's 30, 36, 34, 37, 33. There we go. Okay, so the equivalent of the Prismacolors, again, we have our dark, our medium, and our light. The dark would be the equivalent of I think Copenhagen blue. The light would be the equivalent of true blue, and then the lightest color would be the equivalent of light aqua. I have a lot of her books on my wish list after watching Jen from Reading with Pugs video. I went and searched her on YouTube, watched some flip throughs of her books, and there's quite a few that I want. They're super cute. So I'm just going in with my darkest color, and I'm basically going to keep this at the top of the page. And then fade it down a little bit. I'm going to fade it down to about here. Again, not being really mindful about those vines at all. I'm not too worried. I want that color to be really dark and opaque, so I'm completely burnishing it at the top. So the only other place we would have this color in is right about here on this side. So it's coming to about here, give or take. So I'm just going to color that in, blend it down. Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to go in with my medium blue. I'm going to start putting this color in completely here. Fade it into the darker blue. So that's that side of the sky completely finished. Ooh. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. I don't want to bring this color down too far because I want to save room for our lightest color. So I'm just going to bring it down to about here. Just going to kind of lightly mark that whole way across. So for the most part, pretty much everything on this side is going to be colored in and burnished with this color. So is anybody else here participating in Inktober? I think the coloring version for it is to color the whole month completely with ink. So like ink markers and such. And then of course the more traditional version of Inktober is to draw an image and ink it every day, I think. So I'm going to be doing that. Oh, that's exciting, May. Are you just doing the coloring version or you're going to try drawing too? I would love to do the coloring version as well, but I am completely hopeless when it comes to markers, so. Hi Kenny, welcome back. I even seen the post with her new book too, and I can't remember the name of it. It is adorable though. If her books weren't so expensive, I would definitely get them. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to switch to my lightest color and just kind of blend that up into the medium color and call the sky done. I have a feeling that I am going to be running over my time a little bit. Kate should be streaming in about 15 minutes. I don't expect you guys to stay. You can go ahead and watch Kate when she comes on, or you can stay, it's up to you. But you can always watch the playback as well. My goodness, this is one busy picture. Oh, that's awesome, May. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Yeah, they're expensive, and that's just the book alone, right? So the shipping is even worse. But it gives me something to dream about anyways. It's always nice to have hopes and dreams. Okay, so now coloring wise, we just have the Little Miss and her skin, and that's going to be it for coloring. And then I'm going to paint in some vines. We'll do some apples, some accents and stuff. Just going to take a sip of my water here. So we're going to color her skin next, but we are going to just put in some marker color for the little baby. What do you guys think for her clothes? Her hair's going to be blonde. So I'm going to take number 49, Pastel Green. And I just realized that there's also this little strand of hair from the mum. So I'm going to have to go back in and color that. So there is baby's hair.
Daddy don't be home.
I don't know. Daddy should have been done about an hour ago. Maybe he's got things to do before he comes home. Should be home soon.
I'm so hungry.
You're not that hungry. You just had breakfast not that long ago.
So
Okay, you have snacks on your table too. Okay, I'm almost done. Close the door over, please, babe.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you.
And can I put in a chat in the room with me?
Yeah, they're on your table, honey. They're already in the living room. I think.
Not on the table.
Okay, 2 minutes, guys. I'm just gonna get my little one situated. I'll be right back.
No,
They're not?
I made him go to your Betty. What is Betty? Well, maybe Daddy. You got 8 to 3? Ooh, not me. Why do we free to? You won't free? Dad will do it take so long.
Not so long. I love you. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Pink or purple? Let's do both. So I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna grab a light pink. I'm gonna use 140 light orange, which is more pink than orange. And I'm just gonna put this over top of her clothes. And then for her skin, I'm going to use I think 131 Skin White. Thanks, May. Hope you have a great day. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on Mom's skin. And it's always really tricky doing skin with Prismacolor, with Marco Raffines. I should say I'm fairly used to doing skin with Prismacolors by now. So I'm gonna grab 533, if I can find it here in my mess of pencil crayons. 553, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, and I think I also want some 552. And then I'm gonna go with 554 and 502. Now in Prismacolors, I would be using completely different colors, so I'm not really going to tell you what the colors they are in the Prismacolors because it would probably look awful. So I'm just going to go ahead and do her skin. If I was doing skin in Prismacolors though, I would probably use my usual skin combination of Parma Violet, Nectar, Peach, Light Peach, and White. So I'm just going in with 553, just kind of around her face and shadowed areas. Pretty much going to completely color in her chest. It's pretty much really hidden. I'm going to put a little bit of a line for her nose, just on the right side of her face. And then she'll probably have shadows, on both sides of her upper arm, and then just on the underside of her lower arm. I'm not sure what this little bit, oh, I think that would be her shoulder actually, never mind, that's her arm. Okay, next I'm going to switch to 552, and I'm just going to go over top of this color and just lightly bring it out a little bit. Oh, I'll definitely have to look for that, Tammy. I won't be able to print it for a while, but I could at least save it to my computer. So again, I'm just building up on these shadows and bringing it up just slightly, but not much. I'm going to switch again to 554, and this, I'm just going to really lightly go over everything. I'm going to use it to kind of burnish the shadows a little bit. Not completely burnished. She's going to be fairly yellow, unfortunately. This is the best combination that I've found for the Marco Raffines for skin, so that's just what I'm going with. Okay, and I'm also gonna grab, I'm gonna grab number 510, which is just a little bit of a reddish color, and I'm gonna put that in over top of her cheeks, and just for a little bit of blush. So I'm gonna put it kind of in the corners of her cheeks and then just fade it out a little bit. I'm also gonna use this color in her lips. I'm gonna leave them just like that. They're really tiny, so I'm not gonna bother trying to put any more detail in them. And then lastly, I'm gonna take 502, and I'm just gonna use this to completely blend and burnish everything. And that should also kind of tone down the yellowness of her skin a little bit as well. Okay, and the last bit of skin I have left to do is her foot. So again, darkest color 553, I'm going to create a shadow. I'm going to switch to 552, and go over that shadow a little bit. Bring it up just slightly, and then we'll switch to 554, which we're going to just slightly burnish that shadow, and then just lightly bring up to cover the entire area. And then we'll burnish and blend with 502 to knock it back. So I'm thinking maybe blue eyes for both of them. What do you guys think? I'm going to go ahead and use these same colors for baby's skin, but I'm not going to use the darkest one. So I'm going to grab 554. I'm going to put in some shadows on her. Pretty much all around her face. Give her a little suggestion of a nose. And then her tummy. Go in with 552. Just kind of lightly add on to that a little bit. And again, I'm going to grab that 510 and I'm going to put a little bit of blush on her cheeks. Not nearly as much as the mom's. Just a really, really light little bit. But we will color in her lips the same color. And then completely go over her skin with 502. That's a good idea, Jody. I like that actually. Let's go darker for the mums and then lighter for babies. There we go. So that makes their skin tones very similar, but baby's just a little bit lighter, of course, because she's got that really pretty new skin. And I'm actually going to be lazy and I'm going to use 510 to color in this little piece of hair. And then I'm just going to grab my blue, just 529, and just kind of shade that in a little bit to make it match the rest of her hair. Hi Nick, welcome back. Thank you, Tammy. Okay, I'm also just going to take a medium colored blue, doesn't matter what color, and just color in her nails. And maybe just lightly, very lightly, just go over that her diamond ring just a little bit. And then I'm just going to go do two-toned eyes for her and the little one because they are really small eyes. There's not much room. So I'm going to grab 3 different shades of blue. So basically a light, a medium, and a dark. Let's see, 35 and 37. Which one's darker? Okay, 35 is darker. I really wish these pencils had color names. Okay, so I'm going to take my darkest color, which is 535, and I'm going to go over the very top of the mom's eyes, just to create a shadow at the top here. And then I'm going to pick up 537, and I'm going to finish coloring that in. And I'm going to use this color to go at the very tops of baby's eyes. And I'm going to grab 538 and then finish coloring hers in. For her hair, I'm going to use the same colors that I used on the bird and the bush and actually her skin, but it'll look a little bit different because she had a different base color. So I'm going to take 552 and I'm just going to go in on either sides of her little fringe here and create a little bit of a shadow. Give her a little bit of shadow in underneath this flower and then just at the tips of her hair. And then I'm going to switch to 554 and just finish going over that. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Kenny, these are the Marco Ruffin pencils. I wanted to use them because the details on this page are just super small and there's so much. I just didn't want to use my Prismacolors for it, so here we are. I'm going to take my black Prismacolor and I'm going to color in the pupils of their eyes. I'm also going to try to bring out their eyelashes a little bit without making them look too clownish. I don't even think I'm going to bother with the eyelashes on the baby as it is. I probably should sharpen my pencil before getting that eye, but thankfully it still looks okay anyways. Thanks, guys. I have to say I'm not a huge fan of the Marco Ruffins for a lot of different reasons, but I do still enjoy using them, occasionally anyways. Okay, so I think the only thing we have left for coloring is her clothes now, right? I think. So I like the idea of going with pink and purple because it matches in with the bushes that we have surrounding them. I'm not going to use the exact same colors as those bushes. They were more of like a reddish purple, and I'm going to go for more of a bluish purple, I think. So I'm going to grab 528. Oops. Okay, 528 for the purple, and then for the pink, I'm actually going to use 513, I think, would look really pretty. So the details in her clothes are super tiny. I'm not going to be too overly careful. I'm going to come in and I'm going to put in my shadows. I'm pretty much going to run a little bit of this color just randomly over these little scales, I suppose. I'm not trying to be exact at all, otherwise this would take forever. Oh, you mean show? Okay. It took me a couple seconds to figure out what you were trying to say there. I will definitely post this on Instagram. It probably won't be today. It'll probably be either tomorrow or Wednesday, though. So I'm going to go in with 513 now, and I'm just going to go over everything, color it all in. And as you can see, that purple and this pink just combine so well together. Oh, and for any of you that want to head on over to, sorry about that. Any of you that want to head on over to Kate's stream, she is live now. So don't feel like you have to stay. You can go over to Kate's. I'm kind of running into her stream here, but I really want to get this done. And thankfully, we've got all the coloring bits done, I think. So now we just have the rest of it, the details and stuff. So I'm going to shake my camera again here, grab out a red fine liner. Okay, bye Tammy. Thanks for being here, hun. I'll see you next time. So I'm going to take this red, and I'm really not sure what would be considered apples and what wouldn't, but any of these little circular looking shapes, I'm just going to color red. And actually, I really like that. That gives a little bit more added interest into the tree. Shake the camera again while I put that back. So next I'm going to grab my Uniball Signo pen, and I'm not going to be able to see the chat here for a minute because I'm going to just look at my reference picture. So basically I'm just going to create some lines coming down in the water, little bits of spray as the water hits the rocks and such. Not really being neat with this. The more messy it looks, the more realistic it will look. And normally I probably would use my Posca pen for this, but my Posca pen is pretty much dead, so I gotta wait for my next one to show up, which I ordered off eBay forever ago, so who knows when it's gonna show up. liking how this is looking.
You know that I like.
So just gonna keep going along with that.
Mommy,
Yeah, kiddo.
you know what I liked? I like watermelon. Now, because people love watermelon.
You mean watermelon?
People love watermelon.
Wow, I'd be really happy if you liked watermelon. You don't eat enough healthy stuff.
No, but I don't eat the
Slow down.
the vegetable or the salad. I eat, but mostly I eat watermelon.
Well, I can definitely get you some watermelon and you can try some. You liked it as a baby.
No,
I think you'd like it.
later on.
Well, I'm not gonna go get it right now, Sophie.
Well, anyway, I need to play my game.
Alright, I love you.
Bye.
What a sweetheart. Okay, there is the water done. I think. Hold on, I want to add just a little bit more white here. Maybe a little bit of a splash there. There we go. Okay, coming back to chat right now. Let me catch up. Okay. Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, he is quite the sweetheart when he wants to be. Okay, well, I've got my white out. I'm also going to color in the spots on this little mushroom guy here. Let's put some little mushroom spots on this one too. Just kind of make them look a little bit more interesting. Kind of make them match as well. Maybe put a little white dot in the centers of these flowers. A little sparkle in their eyes. Oh, sorry, you guys didn't see that. Forgot to move my page. I think I'm also going to make this butterfly stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly go over all these lines here. Put a little bit of a shine in the little chipmunk's eye. And also put a little bit of a shine on these gems as well. And then I think we're just going to quickly do the leaves and then call it done. So let me just quickly get out some paint. So I've got these two colors of greens that I'm going to use. This is Leaf Green by Crafters Acrylic, and then I also have Hunter Green. And those are the two colors I'm going to use. And then I'm also going to use just a number 4 round brush. I'm gonna zoom out for this. And I'm gonna start with the lightest green. Sorry for keeping you guys, we are so close. Okay, and I'm just going to pick some up on my brush and just kind of bring it down, following the waves of these vines. Might even make up my own along the way. Apologies for the crazy one in the background. This whole bit, of course, here is just going to be completely green. And I didn't plan this, but I'm actually really glad that I'm using this brand of paint because it's really watered down. It's really cheap paint. I think I got it at the dollar store. And that's actually working to my benefit because I like being able to see those lines through it. I think it's helping it look a little bit more whimsical and slightly realistic. So now I'm going to go in with the darker green, which was hunter green. And I'm just going to add just little bits of dark green. I want it mostly to be light. Add some little shadows and little darker bits just to create some extra interest, especially on these big bunches of vines here. Okay, and that's the vines done on that side. One more side and we are completely done. And I will zoom in a little bit more on these ones so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Go and then just back in with our dark green, just in little areas. There we go, and there is the other side up close. It really looks super neat, and I think that is all I wanted to do. Pretty sure, anyways. Thanks, guys, for bearing with me throughout this super long stream, and I think for the next stream we're gonna take a break from this book. Maybe we'll do a different Hannah one, but maybe I will do my zombie challenge on stream. So I think that'd be pretty fun. And right on cue, because my phone's gonna die. Thank you, Kenny. So thanks for bearing with me, and if you guys are going over to Kate's stream, I will see you there in a little bit. Okay, take care, guys. See you next time. Bye.